Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Source Snack Break. While we let everybody get signed in, I'd like to get everyone kind of warmed up and started. And got to ask what you all are snacking on. I just finished salad, so I don't have any snacks. I don't know about you, Rachel. Anything you're
I
snacking
have
on, or
some, I have grapes and raspberries right over here, actually.
Ooh, yum, yum. I love raspberries, and that's perfect. And you guys, you are muted automatically, but you can, like Nicole and like Marty, add your comments there. So that will be visible. So you can use the chat to let us know what you think of the products, or if you have questions along the
I have a
way.
question.
Yes.
Sorry. Is there a way I can see who's like here? Is there like a list somewhere?
Yes, if you look down at the bottom of your screen in the lower left and you click on the little people icon,
Oh,
you'll be
yeah.
able to check that out. And yeah, so you
Oh,
can
fun.
interact with us there on the chat side of things, and please put any questions that you have, and we'll do our best to answer them along the way. And yeah, I will go ahead and get things kicked off. It looks like people are rolling in, so welcome. Today is Wednesday, June 2nd into June 2021. It's also National Rocky Road Day. I personally am not a huge fan of Rocky Road ice cream. I'm not anti it, but it does have its own national holiday. So today's the day to eat Rocky Road if you're a fan or if you're not. We can celebrate that. So I'm Brittany McLean. I'm the Director of Client Services at Source, and I'm joined today by the lovely Rachel Pratt from Emser. Rachel, welcome.
Hi.
Nice to have you.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll kind of jump right in. Do you want, before we kind of get started and talk about the products that you're going to show us today, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what your journey working for Emser has been like to get us started?
Yeah, so I will be at 2 years here in about a week. I was doing commercial interior design for about 8 years before that, working in Portland. I worked at Ankrum mainly, and then a few other firms as well. And yeah, got onto the sales end of it and really loving it. Emser is a really cool company. We are kind of like a manufacturer distributor hybrid. So we do work with factories all over the world to manufacture, private label tile. Everything is branded as like Emser, but we also work with a lot of wholesalers and vendors, and we can source a lot of things and get a lot of specialty products. So I like to tell, I've looked at the guest list, and almost everyone I work with, there's a few on there I don't know. So, always reach out to me, because not everything is always on our website that you could find, that I can get for you. So if you have something specific, and then of course with my design background, I like to be a resource one. So yeah.
Yeah, Rachel's great. And if I recall correctly, voted the best tile rep in Oregon in
Oh
2020.
yes. Thank you. Thanks to
So
you
she's
guys.
really good at her job. And yeah, at the end of this, when this presentation closes out, and also in the follow-up, it'll redirect you to have Rachel's contact information. So you'll get that if you need to get a hold of her. But Rachel, I'll turn it over to you to get the presentation going. And yeah, feel free, everybody who's here, join us in the chat. If you have questions or see something you like, let us know, and I'll let you take it away from there. I'm going to turn off my video just to save bandwidth a little bit, but I will
Okay.
my voice will be here.
Yeah, so feel free to, I have the chat open, so if you do have questions, you can put them on the side. But yeah, today I wanted to go over our Gensler collaboration. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Gensler, obviously one of I think the largest architecture firm in the world. We started this collaboration with them in 2018, and they're sort of acting as product consultants for a cohesive line that we have kind of designed with them. I believe it's been with their LA, Houston, and San Francisco offices primarily.
Cool.
But yeah, I want to talk about two different series today. The first one is the Building Blocks series, and then the second one is our Back to Basics. So the Building Blocks series was inspired by the globalization of design, using materials such as wood and concrete. Different cultures use the same base materials but achieve quite different looks. So this slide here is just showing that the different lines can be utilized together. The idea is that you can come back to these kind of series of lines and mix and match them and create different outcomes and different palettes. And they're all meant to work together based on their looks, their sizes, and their thicknesses as well.
Cool.
Yeah, so the building block line captures the essence of local artisans by providing a stylized recreation of natural and industrial elements in a harmonious blend of textures and sizes. I'll turn my camera off too, so you can't tell that I'm reading. Okay.
They're beautiful.
So yeah,
I love
like what?
These are beautiful. I love the images here.
Yeah, so we actually hired her name is Suzanne Zerflu. She's the director of marketing and trends. Oh no, someone's saying they can't hear me.
I can hear you, but I'm asking the rest of the crew. So hold tight if you can hear us. Oops, I think I sent that to you, Rachel.
Nope. Oh, yeah, I think you just sent that to me.
I did not mean to. Why is it? I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, okay. Looks like they can hear us. Oh, they fixed it. Okay, you're good. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, so we've hired a marketing person who's worked for some big companies that has helped us kind of focus a lot of our efforts towards more trend focused and more design oriented products. And obviously the Gensler collaboration is one of those kind of efforts. So the building blocks metal is a great line. We were kind of lacking some metal looks for a while. We have this one along with a few others. It's just got a nice kind of subtle patina, not too much patterning, but some nice colorways, kind of emulating iron, bronze, and steel. And then they come in a 24 by 47 as well as a 12 by 24.
Awesome. Are you seeing one size versus the other be more popular these days, or it kind of depends on the application?
I think 12 by 24 is still a really popular size. I mean, I think it seems like I'm getting a lot more requests for larger formats, but I think 12 by 24 is still pretty much the standard size, I would say.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then sort of the backdrop for the whole line is the building blocks concrete. We do have, quite a few concrete looks in our core line, but this one's a lot more subtle. It just is kind of a muted palette, but lets your other finishes really stand out. And then as you can see, again, quite a variety of size options as well.
Those are great.
And then the wood oak is sort of kind of a Scandinavian toned wood look, an 8 by 47 plank, so a larger format, and then the 3 colorways. And then the last that we have right now, oh, sorry, what?
Sorry, can you go back one slide? Is that what we're seeing underneath the bar there?
Yeah, the bar face is the sand, and then the bar floor is the concrete.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you.
And then the Aikido is another, again, like I mentioned before, local artisans in different cultures, reimagining some of these more simple materials. This is Shishugibon is the art of Japanese wood burning. So that is the pattern. It's a little hard to tell on the screen, but you can kind of see the light hitting the floor here. It's got a really great sort of burnt wood, kind of almost metallic quality to it. And then 5 really unique colorways.
Cool.
So the new line that we're launching now is our Back to Basics line. It's going to be a line of simple colors and shapes. Right now we're going to be carrying a 3 by 6 in a gloss, but we're, as the line kind of becomes more popular, we'll have multiple sizes and potentially multiple shapes. There were 3 color categories across contrasting spectrums that you'll see a little bit later, but we have a basic and primary, an understated and urbane, and a somber and striking. So this line was designed using the foundational concepts of NCS. So NCS is a natural color system. It's an internationally recognized standard, basically of precisely communicating color. And the end result will align with the intended objective within architecture, design, fashion, what have you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was developed by the Swedish Color Center Foundation in the late 60s. with the goal to create the same color on products and materials. For example, like a national flag, you would need to replicate that onto fabric, or for a flag, fiberglass, maybe for a ship, and potentially plastic. And you would need the color to, be the same on all those different materials. So it's a universal description of any imaginable surface color. And it is identifiable by a simple notation, which are 3 values expressed in percentages. So, for example, one of the things they take into account is hue. And so this chart, basically what it does is it's the relation to 1 or 2 of the 4 chromatic colors in a circle. So, for example, the first initial would be the dominant color, the percent, and then it would be followed by the percentage value of the secondary color, and then the initial of the secondary color. So, for example, Y70R would be yellow with 70% redness. So it'd be like a red hue.
Huh.
Yeah, how they get this, I'm not sure, but that's the first part. And then the second part is the nuance, which is kind of the opposite continuum of the color space, and it recognizes the blackness and darkness, as well as the chromaticity and the saturation. So on the left side of the axis, we've got the degree of darkness. The right axis is the degree of saturation, and then the total value will always equal 100. So it is the percentage of blackness with the percentage of chromaticness, and then the remaining percentage is the white.
Interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Basically, that the NCS color will be relayed as the nuance followed by the hue. And then we'll obviously have an internal product description for it. So there'll be very long product numbers for these, but the idea, basically all said and done, is you can match exact color. Other materials utilize the system. All of the building blocks, color, lines that I just showed you utilize this. And if you're ever needing to match a branding color or anything like that, you can.
That's super cool. And is that something that's newer to Emser, or have you guys been doing this for a while?
No, so this is just within this line because it is a very, intense kind of process. So, I don't know if I don't think other tile companies are doing this. I think maybe probably in like the fabric and some of those other industries, but yeah, so this is new to us, so we're excited about it.
That's awesome. Great. Do we have any questions about that?
Oh,
feel free to drop them. I was going to say, if you do, I know you've got a couple more things to share, but feel free if you have follow-up questions that you'd like us to ask, and still drop them in.
Yeah.
Looks like we're good for now.
Essentially, we'll be having like around 39. I think we have 39 colors to begin with. And they're based on these 4 different color palettes. So we've got the basic brights here, which are incorporating, highly saturated primary colors used together or separately to create, excitement, color pop. These are great for hospitality, education, and corporate designs. Again, matching branding colors can be achieved. We also got our pastel palette, which contains tinted hues associated with calm and comfort, and help achieve our desire for mind and body balance. So we'll have subtle hues that are evoking harmony, relaxation, soft tones such as lemon, blush, sky blue, mint, add sophistication and playfulness. And again, these colors can be used in combination with the vibrant colors or any other colors in the palette. And then we'll have our earthy hues, which will be earthy, muted, subdued, yet warm and inviting, shades found in nature, emulating, soil, moss, trees, rocks, that sort of thing. But a warm palette that reflects simplicity and emphasizes raw, natural elements with restorative qualities. And it sort of evokes the comfort and coziness that is reflected in the Nordic and authentic material design trend that's pretty popular.
These are beautiful.
Yeah, and then lastly, we'll have the gray tone. So there'll be a wide range of neutrals in this line, from bright white to deep black. The gray tones offer versatility and flexibility. We'll have modern minimalist shades with more warmer undertones, and then cooler, more traditional tones as well.
Awesome. Those are great.
Yeah, so this is, so far we have the 3x6 and a glossy finish, obviously quite a few trim pieces as well. We are sort of offering this right now as sort of like a special order product, just because it does have an extended lead time and a minimum order quantity of 500 square feet. But like I mentioned before, if there's a color you don't see here and you are doing potentially like a school and you know have bathrooms and you want to see if you can get a color made, we can do custom as well.
That's awesome. These are great. Yeah. What a nice palette to start with. I really love it. And it's
really excited.
Application here too.
So that's pretty much it. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Yeah, I was to say, if you could maybe while we let people type here, if there's anything that you see that comes up, I guess just in general around like specifying tile, things that you know, designers get stuck on, or maybe would be helpful to know, I guess, ahead of time, like when they're speccing tile, or particularly the type that you're talking about today, you think about like grout or sealants. Like, is there any kind of tips or tricks that you could pass along to our
I would just say, like, with the state of the world, especially with COVID, and you know, we are a supply and demand company. We're an import export type business. So just letting, you know, if you're specifying something, and that's why I try to reach out to my designers to ask them, because you know we want to make sure we have the stock, and we've quite a bit in Emser, but just around the world now with everything that's been going on and the price of lumber going up, I think the shipping, there's been a little bit more issues with supply and demand. So just knowing what people are specifying so we can kind of forecast for that material is really helpful.
That's great. So they can come to you and you can help provide some visibility into that, just to make sure they're not disappointed later, right?
Right.
Perfect.
So I see custom colors, minimum and lead times. So right now the minimum is 500 square feet and the lead time, I believe, is 90 days.
Perfect.
And then it's not on our website yet because I'm just sort of launching it as I talk to designers. But yeah, once it's up and running, we'll add it to the website for sure.
Perfect. And so they can reach out to you, or you can reach out to somebody at Source, and we can help get you whatever you need, or get you in contact with Rachel so you can, she can help get some more information. Or do you have samples of the Back to Basics available?
I don't have samples yet. They're working on sample boards for us to get. So hopefully that'll be within the next month or so.
That's great. Good questions, everyone. Are there any more questions that we have? We have a few more minutes. Like we're good for now. Well, we'll check it back in a minute. I'll give my little, look at here. We've got a question that came in from Marty about showroom or stuff available through Source. I think we have both.
Yeah, both. And I'm happy, you know, you can reach directly out to me for anything you need. Of course, you can go through Source. If you want to come to the showroom, I'm happy to meet you. We can coordinate a time and walk through and, you know, get an idea of what we have here. That's always fun.
Yeah, that's perfect. No, Rachel is always great at getting people what they need, whether it's bringing it by our library or getting it, you know, meeting people out. So definitely a great resource. And again, her information will be as available as part of the follow-up as well. Yeah, I'll give kind of the closing spiel, but if you do have questions, feel free to stick around and we will get to those. But I did want to remind everybody that if you had to step away, you will get a recording of this afterwards. You can also look for future snack breaks. They're being hosted every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And we send out an email at the beginning of the week for you to be able to sign up for those. And we also have the past Source snack breaks you can watch on demand, or if you are more of a podcast fan and want to just kind of listen in, they're also available on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So you can check out past episodes for that. And it looks like we don't have any other questions, but Rachel, this was super helpful. I really appreciated having you join
Yeah, good
us today.
turnout.
Yeah, it was very fun. Thank you, everyone who attended. And yeah, this was super cool. I'm very excited to see that you guys are rolling out with this. I think there's a lot. You know, sometimes it can be hard. Those real simple things. You're like, oh, there's got to be just like that base color, and sometimes there's not. So
Yeah,
this is a good
exactly.
option.
So I'm excited about this line. So keep you all
Yeah.
posted when it's out and running.
That's perfect. Well, thanks everyone for your time, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Have some Rocky Road ice cream if you feel like it. And thank you again, Rachel. Talk to you
Thank you so
soon.
much. Nice to see
Bye.
you. Bye.